And they said, well, fill out all this paperwork, send it in to us, and we'll check for you. There were about 4 or 5 pages of information I had to fill out, and many things were your birth mom's name and what hospital you were born in, and I had nothing. And if you had any siblings, I had nothing. If you had birth siblings, I didn't even know. And I sent that in, and I thought, those gals in that office are probably going, hey, come here, Hazel, upstate New York. You got to read this one. Look at this girl. Who doesn't know that? And I got a letter from them a couple of weeks later. And it said, we just want you to know we accepted your application into the adoption registry. As soon as we have information for you, we'll get that to you. Please know it could take 6 to 12 months, if not more. I read that as saying, you're adopted. And my husband said, don't jump to that conclusion. What if it just means that they're going to check their records to see if you have adoption records? That was September of that year. This all started in July. I went from September, October, November, December, January, not knowing. And I don't know if you're like I am. Sometimes at night, when this all gets washed off, and you look in the mirror, and if you're like me, if you put your face down, and you look in the mirror, and you say, I look just like my... And I would do that, and I think, I look just like my mom. There's no way. And I look again, I think, well, what if there's someone else that I look just like more? What if I'm that scenario of a master and the dog, and after so many years, they start resembling each other, and I'm the dog? And everyone said, well, of course you belong to each other. You look so much alike. What if I only thought I looked like her because I was raised with her? But no, everyone has always told me, you know whose child that is. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree, and all those little cutesy sayings. That was me. And my brother, who's 3 years older, looks just like my dad. My parents are musical. I'm musical. There's no way. But what if? If I'm not theirs, then whose am I? Who am I? Where did I come from? What's my story? All those months went by, and January finally came, and I thought, this is crazy. I just need to know. Yes or no, adopted, not adopted. So I got in touch with the adoption registry again. I wrote them a letter, and I said, would you please verify for me in writing, hello, I'm the 41-year-old, whether I am adopted or not, if you have that file or not. 2 weeks later, went out to our mailbox, flicked all those flying cockroaches away, and opened up the letter. And I thought, here is my answer. Who finds this out in a letter? And I opened it up and I started reading. It said, Mrs. Hart, this is to verify that you were both born and adopted in the state of New York. All of a sudden, I didn't know where this all came from. I didn't know who I really was. I knew who I was, and I was a mother of teenagers and a wife to a wonderful man, but all of a sudden, my life changed. Where did I come from? And I thought, Lord, is this an unexpected gift? What is this? Who doesn't know this? Who finds this out at 41? And I realized I had a choice to make. I grew up in the church. My husband is a worship pastor. I've sung songs, not that good, but I've sung songs my whole life. The hymns, the choir songs. These wonderful words saying, when I walk through tough times, I will trust in the Lord. And all of a sudden, I had this unexpected gift in front of me. I thought, how am I going to react? How are my sons going to view me? I have a choice to make. I could lay on the couch and watch Oprah and Dr. Phil 24/7, which I did a couple days like that, not bad. Or I could choose to rejoice, for my steps are ordered of God. I could choose that the joy of the Lord is my strength, even though I don't know what my path holds. I don't know where this road is going. I don't know what my journey is about to show me. And when I would get out of bed in the morning, as we all do, we get out and we go to the restroom. I'd literally go, I'm walking out my story. I'm walking it out. I don't know where it's going. I don't know the end result, but I'm walking it out, and I will trust that there is a reason and a purpose to what is happening in my life. I wrote a letter to my parents saying, I love you. You are my mom and dad. You might want to sit down, by the way. I found this out, and I'm just curious to know if you have any information for me. Thank you for the ballet lessons and gymnastics lessons. They did nothing for me, but thank you for them. Thank you for making me who I am and teaching me about God. But I'm curious to know my story. Sent that off, and I put my little Nancy Drew hat on, and I thought, I've got a mystery to solve. I didn't even know if my birth mom was alive. I don't know what her relationship might be, or if she was even interested in a daughter that 41 years ago she gave up for adoption. I didn't know. Did a lot of searching. I mean, in the Google search, I put birth daughter, May 18, 1966, searching, birth mother, birth child, Rochester, New York. I put everything in there. Nothing came up except I found this wonderful group of people in Yahoo. There's a chat group in Yahoo. Who knew? Yahoo, who knew? I'm a poet and I know. No, I'm kidding. And so found these people and their adoptees and their birth mothers that help each other search. And I put my information in there, and I said, I don't know what hospital I was born in. I don't know anything else other than who my parents are. And someone said, I was also adopted from Rochester in 1966. He said, do you know what agency you were adopted from? I said, I have no idea. He said, let me tell you the three that were there at that time. He said, if you were adopted from this one, this North Haven, he said, they still have records from the 60s of those babies and the birth mothers. And I thought, how amazing. Got in touch with all three, happened to find out, unbelievable. I got in touch with this North Haven. They said, yes, you were adopted from us. And this lady said, we'll get all that paperwork together. Please know that we won't give exact names or details, but it'll be general information. They said, we actually have about 4 or 5 pages about your birth mom. I thought, how amazing. She said, it'll take a few weeks to get it all together, but if you wait, we'll get that to you. In this same Yahoo chat group, 2 gals in the same week said they had hired this certain company. And they said, we've been searching for our birth mom for 25 and 20 years. And they said, we hired searching to see if we could ever find in this company located our birth mothers in 3 and 4 weeks. 2 separate gals, 2 separate situations. And I thought, I don't even know if I have 20 or 25 years to search. I don't know if she's alive. I know nothing, but I got in touch with this company. And I said, here's my information. They said, is that all you have? I said, yeah. Don't have a whole lot. They said, we know we can search for you, but please know it could take 6 to 12 months, if not more, if ever. They said, New York is an extremely tightly sealed state. We will do our best, but please just know it could take a long time. I said, no problem. I faxed my contract to them. They said, you don't have to pay a penny till we find her, and I thought, that's a great deal. Sent my contract on a Thursday afternoon at 3 o'clock. And I thought, I really need to just let this go. I'm going to put all this up in a little cubby. I'm not going to think about it. I'm just going to be mom and wife and do normal life. 23 hours after I faxed in my contract, I got a call from the company.